What if I told you that every Sigma male goes through some surprising phases before they become the person they are meant to be? It is not just a simple change, but a whole process that is much more complicated than most people think. These different stages are what help shape a Sigma male into who he truly is. Today, we are going to talk about the 7 strange stages that every Sigma male experiences before he fully accepts his unique way of living. Let's start with stage 1, which is called the awakening. This is the moment when you realize you do not fit in, and instead of feeling bad about it, you start to feel good. Maybe you have felt that strange feeling before, where you notice you are different from everyone else. But instead of panicking or trying harder to fit in, you feel a sense of relief. This is the first real sign of awakening for a Sigma male. It is the moment when you stop trying to force yourself into the small box that society builds for everyone to live in. While other people around you might be busy chasing likes, counting followers, or worrying about who is sitting next to whom at a party, you are starting to ask yourself, why are we even pretending to care about all this? It becomes clear to you that maybe you were never meant to fit into the crowd. Instead of needing approval from others, you start to crave a deeper purpose. A well-known doctor once said that the greatest stress for human beings is trying to be someone they are not. And that is exactly the kind of stress Sigma males begin to let go of during this stage. You no longer want to fake a smile during small talk or betray your own values just to win popularity. You finally see that the system was never really made for someone like you. And instead of feeling like something is wrong, you understand that this is actually a gift. You are not a mistake or an outsider. You are the person who saw how the world really works and chose not to blindly follow it. Now we move into stage 2, which is called the Great Withdrawal. This is the stage when you start pulling away from the noise of the world. Have you ever felt like everything around you is just too loud and too much? That feeling is what leads you into this stage. It is not work or daily life that drains you, but the endless notifications, constant group chats, and shallow conversations that feel like they are stealing your energy. You slowly start to leave group chats and turn down social events, not because you are trying to be rude, but because you realize your peace of mind is more important than keeping up with everything. You see that every scroll through social media, every crowded party, every small talk conversation takes a little piece of your energy away. So instead, you start choosing yourself over everything else. You choose quiet instead of chaos, real connections instead of drama, spending time alone instead of hanging out with people who do not really matter to you. This stage is not about cutting people off just to look cool. It is about clearing your mind and protecting your mental space. You are not running away from people or stepping away from pretending to be someone you are not. A psychologist once said there is great strength in choosing to be alone. When the crowd around you does not feel right, you start finding happiness in being by yourself, and you do not feel lonely because you are not desperate for company. You might spend more time reading, thinking, or even taking long walks just for yourself, without feeling the need to post about it online. Slowly, your quietness starts to say more than your words ever did. People around you begin to notice your absence and wonder where you went. But you are not lost. You're finding your true self again. The world might call it withdrawal, but for you, it feels like finally coming home to who you really are. Now we move into stage 3, which is called the identity crisis. This is the part where you start asking yourself if you are antisocial or just made differently from most people. It feels confusing because even though you are growing and changing inside, there is still a part of you that wonders if something is wrong. Things that used to feel normal now seem strange. And for a moment, you start questioning if you are broken or if you are simply starting to see the world with new eyes. While everyone else seems happy hanging out in big groups, bonding over long brunches, and treating networking like it is some kind of competition, you are over here enjoying your own company, watering your plant like it is your emotional support partner, and wondering why small talk feels so exhausting. It feels uncomfortable. But there is a deep truth hiding behind that feeling. Being different does not mean you are antisocial. A smart psychologist once said that being real often looks like rebellion in a world that pressures everyone to act the same. What you are feeling is not a flaw. It is your natural way of refusing to become something you are not. One day it will hit you like a sudden twist in a good story. You are not broken, strange, or wrong. You are just wired differently. You do not chase big crowds because your mind needs quiet to grow. You do not fake energy because your spirit cannot pretend. Stop trying to explain yourself to people who will never really understand you, and you start focusing on moving at your own pace. You are not antisocial. You are simply built with a quieter engine, a deeper mind, and a heart that does not need the crowd's approval to feel alive. Now you enter the next stage, which is called the quiet grind. This is when you start building your life and dreams away from the spotlight. Stop talking about your plans and start working hard in silence, letting your success speak for itself. There is a powerful saying that explains this stage well. The quiet grind is when you stop wasting time explaining your dreams to people who only nod politely but do not believe in you. While the rest of the world is busy posting pictures and shouting about how hard they are working, or moving quietly in the background, stacking real achievements, you are not doing it to impress anyone. You're doing it because you want to create something real. You're not chasing applause. You're building your own quiet empire. Your mind is focused now. No distractions. No pretending. Just steady and real progress every single day. You are not invisible. You're just moving with strong purpose. Working off the radar where your thoughts stay clear and your actions stay sharp. Whether you are launching a passion project, learning new skills, or planning your way out of a draining job, you are making real steps forward. The best part is, you no longer feel desperate for anyone to notice you. You have learned something powerful through this stage. Real success does not need a spotlight, because it creates its own light. Someone once said not to let perfect social media pictures fool you into thinking you are falling behind. And you understand that deeply now. You are not behind at all. You are just ahead of all the noise, building something real that does not need filters, hashtags, or fake approval. And when your results finally show, they will not just get attention for a moment, they will shift the whole game. This naturally leads you into the next stage, the stage of unwanted attention. After all that time working quietly, people will start to notice something different about you. They will feel the change even if you do not say a word. You're not chasing their validation anymore. And strangely, that makes you even more interesting to them. There's a saying that the less you care about people's opinions, the more curious they become about you. And that is exactly what starts to happen. The whole time, you have simply been doing your own thing, minding your business, staying true to yourself, and suddenly people start paying attention and wondering, who is this guy? But the important thing is, you are not trying to be noticed or trying to stand out. You have just become someone who naturally shows calm confidence, and that quiet strength pulls people toward you without you even trying. It is not about acting arrogant or pretending to be cool. It is about knowing who you are, and not letting other people's opinions control your actions or your mind. When you finally stop trying to fit into what others expect from you, people start seeing you as a puzzle they cannot solve. You are not chasing attention, but it finds you anyway because you are walking your own path. And when people wonder why you do not care about their opinions, your answer is simple and clear, because now, you care more about your own opinion than about what anyone else thinks. Now we move into stage 6, called the boundary war, where you learn to choose peace over people-pleasing. This is the stage where things get serious. After you have spent time building your inner peace, you start to see how valuable it is, and how easily other people's demands and problems can destroy it. People will try to test you, push your limits, ask for favors, and pull you into their chaos. You will feel the temptation to go along with it, just to avoid arguments. But the truth is that a strong man learns that his peace is something he will never give up for anyone. A wise psychologist once said, "You get what you tolerate," and that statement is completely true. When you start allowing less drama into your life, and say no to things that drain your energy, you begin to take your power back and reconnect with your real self. Setting strong boundaries is not easy, especially in a world that constantly demands, pushes, and expects more from you. But once you understand that your peace is more valuable than fitting in or making everyone happy, you start making better choices. It is not about being selfish. It is about respecting yourself enough to protect your energy. A well-known life coach once said that the secret to living is giving, but you cannot give anything if you are running on empty. That is why protecting your peace is not just for your own good, but also better for the people around you. You will stop letting things and people drain your energy, and you will start choosing what helps you stay strong inside. It is not easy, but it is the only real way to stay true to yourself in a world that tries to pull you in every direction. Now we reach the final stage, stage 7, called Lone Mastery, where you thrive completely on your own terms. This is the stage where you become the strongest version of yourself. You have spent years building your space, working on your mind, and creating your path. And now nothing outside of you can shake your confidence anymore. You have learned that real success is not about chasing people, approval, or even achievements. It is about attracting what truly fits with who you are, often without even needing to speak a word. At this point, you no longer need anyone else to tell you that you are good enough. You know it deep inside, because you have built trust and peace within yourself. Now, you live by your own rules. You stay calm, steady, and you do not let outside noise break your focus. You realize that real power is being able to live life by your own choices without needing permission from anyone else. A wise life coach once said that you do not need the world's approval to build your own world. And by now, you fully believe that. You have built your independence so strong that nothing outside of you can control your happiness or your success. It is not about showing off to anyone. It is about living quietly with deep confidence and building a life that feels true to who you really are. So there it is. These are the 7 unexpected stages that every strong and independent man goes through. It is a journey full of growth, self-discovery, and learning how to step into your real power. Even if the path looks messy sometimes, if you are on this journey, trust it. Because every step is bringing you closer to the strong, free person you were always meant to become.